Hello and welcome to our short and sweet full body stretch. We'll begin our practice today on our belly in full prostration. Elbows come out wide, hands stack on top of each other, and forehead placed just on top of the hands. This pose is a very grounding pose, and it's meant to signify a reverence to Mother Earth and to Mother Nature. When we're in this pose, our entire front of our body is fully supported by the ground, and it's said to be deeply nourishing and grounding. So we'll just take a few deep conscious breaths here, starting our practice with presence and stillness. Feeling our back rise with each inhale and feeling it float back down with each exhale. Feeling fully supported by the earth below us. Couple more deep breaths here. And then we'll start to tend to the fingertips just outside the mat, elbows bent. As we inhale, we'll push up into our cobra variation. And then exhale to drop the right shoulder, right ear down onto the earth. As we inhale, we'll come right back up. And exhale, dropping the left shoulder, left ear. Repeat this 2 more times on each side. Inhale up and exhale back down. Inhaling back up. And then exhaling, left shoulder drops down. 1 more time on each side. Inhale back up and exhale down. Inhale back up and exhale, left shoulder down to earth 1 last time. Then pushing back up to center, we'll come back down into our full prostration. And then extending the right arm out long beside us here. We'll tension into the fingertips here, fingertips beside our face, and rolling over onto that right side. Feeling a nice deep stretch through that right shoulder. Option to bend the right knee and kickstand the leg right behind us, only if that's feeling comfortable. Continuing to open up through the pec and shoulder. Head remains planted down on the ground. We'll start to roll back to center, this time extending the left arm out long, tenting through the right fingertips, and starting to roll over onto the left side. Again, option to bend through that right knee and kickstand it behind you here. Taking a few deep breaths, continuing to feel that stretch through the left shoulder and pec. We'll start to slowly roll back onto our bellies here, bringing our forearms just underneath us here for our Sphinx pose. Pressing the pelvis down into the earth, shoulders are stacked over our elbows. Options to stay here or bring your hands out slightly wider and start to push up into your hands, straightening through the arms if this is feeling comfortable, pushing into the pelvis to protect your lower back and spine. Lifting the gaze up towards the sky wherever you are. And then starting to come back down onto the forearms if you're not there already. Bringing your hands under your shoulders and pushing into our child's pose just to neutralize through the spine. Feeling a nice deep stretch of the shoulders and release through the lower back as you push back into your child's pose for a couple deep breaths. We'll start to push back up into our hands and knees for a few cat-cows, dropping the belly and lifting the chest as we inhale and exhaling to round through the spine. We'll continue a few more of these, dropping the belly, inhale, and exhale around, 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest, and exhale around. And coming back to neutral here, we'll tuck our toes under, lifting our hips up towards the sky for a downward facing dog. Tending through all 10 fingertips and dropping the heels down towards the earth. We'll inhale to lift our heels up and exhale to drop them over towards the right side, keeping our hands exactly where they are, trying to keep the shoulders parallel. Inhaling to lift the heels up once again and exhaling to drop them towards the left side. Inhaling to center and exhaling down toward the right one last time. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, heels down to the left. We'll then inhale back to center, coming back into a regular downward facing dog. Inhale to lift the right leg up towards the sky. And exhale to bring it into our pigeon pose here. Right knee comes just behind our right wrist. Choosing to stay up onto our hands, both hips are facing up towards the top of the mat. We're slowly starting to melt down onto our forearms here. Feeling that nice deep stretch to the right glute. Holding here in our pigeon for a couple deep breaths. And then we'll start to push back up onto our hands here, tucking through the left toes, lifting the right leg right back up towards the sky, and then coming back into our downward facing dog. As we inhale, we'll sweep our left leg up, and exhale to step it through for our pigeon on our left side. Left knee comes behind our left wrist, bring our shin as close to parallel as we can, and keeping both hips facing towards the front of the mat here. Taking a couple deep breaths up here on our hands. And maybe choosing to come back down onto our forearms, maybe resting forehead onto the ground, or onto the hands. Feeling a nice deep stretch in that left hip for our pigeon. We'll start to push back into our hands, kicking that left leg back up one last time, and then stepping it back down. We'll slowly start to walk all the way up to the top of our mat, forward fold, maybe grabbing a hold of opposite elbow, swaying side to side, maybe nodding your head yes, shaking your head no, bending your knees as much as needed here. And then slowly coming back to neutral, we'll start to come back in onto our seat, bringing our legs out long. We'll bend through the right knee and bring it up and over the left here, preparing for a seated twist. Right hand comes out behind us, inhaling to sweep the left arm up, and exhale, either wrapping it either around the left knee, the right knee, or placing the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Thinking of inhaling as we extend the spine up long, and exhaling to twist back, gazing towards the right shoulder. Couple of deep breaths here. And we'll start to unravel, bringing that right leg back out long and bending the left knee as we bring it up and over the right, placing our left hand out behind us and inhaling to sweep our arm up and either wrap it around our left knee or choosing to hook the elbow on the outside of the left knee here, thinking of extending long through the spine with each inhale and exhaling to twist, gaze behind our left shoulder. Feeling that gentle twist through the spine. Using our exhales to bring us deeper into the twist without forcing or straining. And we'll slowly start to unwind, bring the legs out long as we slowly start to roll onto our backs here. Taking our time, vertebrae by vertebrae, Coming all the way onto our backs. And bringing our knees up and towards our chest and rolling side to side, starting to slow down the breath. Taking any last movements we'd like here, and then extending the legs out long, arms out long, and releasing the full weight of the body into the earth. Taking a few moments here in our final resting pose, just feeling the effects of our short but sweet and effective practice. Take as much time as you need here. Feel free to pause the video if you want to stay a little longer in your Shavasana. We'll start to wiggle through the fingers and toes, maybe making circles through the hands and feet, ankles and wrist. Extending long through the spine here. We'll bring our arms up and over. And then maybe rolling over onto either side here just for a couple of breaths. Whenever you're ready, pushing up into your top hand, coming into a seated position, bringing hands to prayer, and taking a couple of moments here to thank ourselves for showing up. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you soon. Have a wonderful day.